Days of Our Lives spoilers for the episode airing on Tuesday, September 10th, promises to be filled with tension, heartbreak, and, of course, some signature Salem chaos. Paulina Price, a force to be reckoned with, has always lived by one mantra: scream loud enough, and the world will bend to your will. It's not just a tactic, but a way of life for Paulina. And why wouldn't she believe in it? Time and time again, she's proven that her voice can be a powerful tool. From the mundane to the monumental, Paulina has always managed to get her way by sheer vocal force. Take, for instance, the time when her precious child was lost in the middle of a vicious blizzard. She called in a snowplow to scour the streets, as if mere weather could stand in the way of her demands. And it worked. Somehow, things always seem to fall into place for Paulina when she raises her voice. So, when Rafe Hernandez slipped into a coma, who could really blame Paulina for thinking that all she needed to do was scream to wake him up? After all, it's worked for her before. Standing next to a comatose man in a hospital bed, she believed that her voice could pull him out of unconsciousness, much like she's pulled others into submission before. But this situation was different. Rafe wasn't just any man. He worked for her. This was more than just a demand, this was an order. Her frustration bubbled over as she stood by his side, ordering him to wake up as if he were an employee late for his shift. Maybe next, Paulina will demand that Jada Hunter, a detective under Rafe's command, monitor her uneasy feelings about her longtime nemesis, Connie. If only everything were as easy to control as her voice suggests. Meanwhile, across town, the DiMera mansion is engulfed in its own set of tangled emotions and rising tensions. Stephen DiMera and EJ DiMera, brothers and perpetual rivals, are once again at each other's throats. What starts as a simmering resentment nearly escalates into physical violence as the two almost come to blows. Gabby's relationship with Stephen is complicated. She was once happily married to him, only for their lives to spiral into chaos after she ended up behind bars. But the real kicker came when she discovered that Stephen, during her time in prison, had slept with none other than Ava Vitali. Stefan's affair with Ava wasn't some grand romance. In fact, it was far from that. It was impulsive, reckless, and based more on pain and loneliness than any real emotional connection. Yet, Gabby's discovery of this betrayal was enough to send her spiraling into revenge mode. Angered beyond measure, she sought comfort in the arms of EJ, Stefan's ever-scheming brother. The web of betrayal quickly morphed into a love triangle, or perhaps even a square, when Gabby and EJ's one-night stand further stoked the flames of Stefan's fury. But here's the catch: EJ doesn't actually want Gabby. For EJ, everything is a game, and in this particular instance, his goal is to make Stefan as miserable as possible. By sleeping with Gabby, EJ knew he'd push his brother over the edge, and it worked like a charm. The anger, the jealousy, the resentment, it all plays into EJ's hands. Stefan's rage, however, isn't as clear-cut as it seems. Does he truly hate Gabby for her actions, or is his pride simply wounded? Deep down, both Stefan and Gabby know the truth. Their love, complicated and messy as it is, still lingers. As for Ava, she's not interested in Stefan romantically. In fact, it was nothing more than a mistake for her, a misstep in the wake of grief. That's why, despite the betrayal, she urges Gabby to give Stefan another chance. Ava recognizes that there's something deeper between the two, something that transcends fleeting infidelities or impulsive revenge. But will Gabby listen? Or will her anger and pride keep her from seeing the truth of her relationship with Stefan? As the DiMera brothers continue their verbal sparring and Gabby wrestles with her emotions, it becomes clear that this love quadrangle is far from over. The episode set to air on September 10th will undoubtedly be one to watch. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.